Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Traffic Talk with Charlie. I want to talk about something that's real simple: the price of free. Have you ever gotten something free that was of any quality at all? Nobody's giving away stuff that's actually worth something, unless it's a contest, unless it's a promotion, something like that. Cost of free is expensive, and when I say that, I am talking about things like free healthcare and free housing. So for quite some time, I was a single mother, and I was on this waiting list, waiting for some help. I was in that middle range where I made too much money to get any type of assistance, but then I made too little money to qualify for nice places to live. It was like a really awful middle point to be in, and I was blessed enough to be able to get over that hump. And also, I was blessed to have never come up on that list. It is amazing where your blessings come, because me getting free housing would have been me getting caught in a trap. Free housing is not really free. When you live in free housing, our government has trapped you into staying in this little mediocre part of your life for the rest of your life. And specifically for women, this will guarantee your family and your children staying in poverty for generations. Fun Black history fact. So sometime back, I believe it was 50s, 60s time frame, our government had a program for inner city families where they would tell our husbands and men that it was not beneficial for them to be in our household because they couldn't provide the way our government could provide, such as food stamps and free housing and things of that nature. So it was best for the man to leave the home in order for his family to be properly taken care of, because you can't have two income households receiving any type of assistance. So several Black men left their families believing that they were giving them something better, something that they couldn't provide for them. And that was a play on our ignorance, because a family is what every child needs, a mother and a father. It is not food stamps. It is not free housing. And this is the thing. As a single mother at the time, I thought this was going to relieve so many of my burdens. But what it was going to do, it was going to put me in a place where I would have had to take a job making less money in order to afford where I was living. I would also have to get on subsequently I'd have to get on other programs that would constantly monitor my household and my child. I would also have to live in neighborhoods that accepted the vouchers for this free housing, which tend to be areas that didn't have very good education. So my child would get a poor education. For me to live in affordable housing, I would have to get minimal jobs. And in order to keep a minimal job, you have to keep a minimal education. Because if you go somewhere and you apply for a job with anything over a high school diploma, and you're going to, I don't know, say work in a certain type of retailer or McDonald's, there are so many Americans. Now this covers all Americans. There's so many Americans that go to a job that don't hire them because they're overqualified. So now you can't really get an education in order to keep a roof over your head. You can't have a good job in order to keep a roof over your head. Your child cannot get a good education because you have to live in areas that are bad in order to keep a roof over your head. And then what are you teaching your children? Because they have limited education, they are now in the same sticky situation you were in. So the price of free is poverty. Free healthcare. Also, again, as a single mother, I had to get state health care, which, don't get me wrong, can be a very positive thing. It wasn't until I got a better job that I was able to get my own healthcare services. But before that, I had to go to a special women's clinic to go get my pap smears and different things like that. And I'm going to tell you, it was a horrendous experience. And I was a guinea pig. And for many years, even after I got married, before I got married, when my husband and I were dating and we planned on getting married and we thought about having children, I thought about the fact that I had never had an accident even once, not even a slip up. You want to know why? Because I thought they damaged my insides. Do you know they used to euthanize women? They would put certain things inside you to make sure that you couldn't have children if you went to a state clinic. Like, how awful is that? That's the price of free healthcare. Let me make sure that you, even if you get to a better place in your life, you can't have no more children. That is free healthcare. Free healthcare, the Obamacare, is a chip under your skin. It's forcing you to pay for a service that you will not receive. Like, hey, you know, you got eye problems, we'll make sure to get you an eye exam, but we're not paying for anything besides that. You have glaucoma, we're not paying for medication. That's the price of free. So people, free is not free. Love, peace, and hair grease. Please keep that in mind the next time somebody tries to give you something free. God bless.